with that, let's talk about Dr. Doom. So I noticed on the Discord and people's matches, people are using Dr. Doom a lot. Now, I am not saying that I'm the best Dr. Doom or anything like that. Dr. Doom, if he weren't on my team, by necessity, I probably would not play Dr. Doom, to be honest with you. However, his assist is that good where he's kind of like not that great of a character, but you want to use his assist. Whether or not you play top tier, whether or not you play mid tier or low tier, you got Dr. Doom on your team. And there's a lot of optimal stuff that Dr. Doom players kind of miss out on. Again, this is not me saying like, oh, I got some special tech, but there's little things that you could be doing with Doom to get the most out of your hits. So the number one thing that I noticed, so you know, Storm, if you watch like a Lazy Report or a Chaos or a Justin Wong video, they do that string with Storm where they do launch, super jump, short forward, dash, fierce, and they get a forward mix-up. Doom has like a Temu version of that requires you to spend a super. So what you can do with Dr. Doom, the first step of getting this is to connect your super optimally. So step one, I might do the text. I might add some text. Yeah, Dan with Doom, so I'm telling you, so this is like a lot of utility because I've seen a lot of people asking about Dr. Doom. All right, so number one, oh my God, that's huge. All right, so this alone is going to take like 10 minutes because it seems like people out there, including myself sometimes, do not know how to connect. Oh, where did the text go? Whatever, the text was there, then now it's gone. Connect super optimally. All right, I'll just say it. Connect the super, the text just flew off the screen. I don't want to mess shit up. Connects it super optimally. All right, so the first method, which I think is the best method, if you land a raw hit on the ground, this is what Worldmatchue taught me in like 2013, right? This is what you want to go for most of the time. Oh, shit, World just showed up. Connect this most of the time. World taught me this at Evo. We were sitting in some hotel room. You do the basic string. And instead of like, you could do the Magic series like this, like Clockwork does that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But the Worldmatchue way of connecting the supers to do this. You whiff the gun. You just whiff the gun. As soon as you input the gun, you input the super. What that does is it gains a little bit of extra meter. Like let's say if you have Doom Sentinel and you need the DHC, right? If you whiff the gun, you gain that little bit of extra meter you need to get the super off, and that could win you the game. It could win you the grand finals. It could win you whatever. It's a really good thing to do. The second thing it does, it brings Doom higher up. So Doom goes higher, which means if Doom is higher, more of the Photon supers will connect, right? Just like that. So that's a hit on the ground. Whether you're tri-jumping, square dashing, doing this, right? All the supers hit. A lot of damage. You go for that as much as you can. Take some practice. It is a kind of a fast cancel, but there it is. A lot of damage. So the other way, so that's fine on the ground, right? But if they're jumping, a lot of the times you have an instance where, let's say they're jumping, right? This happens a lot with Doom players. People be jumping. How do you jump? You can't super jump? All right, they're jumping. For all intents and purposes, they're jumping. You land a cross-up fierce, right? Oh, he's blocking. Auto. Okay. They're jumping, right? You land a dash up, a cross-up fierce, and the hits them at a weird angle. So you definitely have to, you might have to dash up. If the Worldmatchue method does not work for you, you might have to dash up, right? Let's say like that. See, they're kind of, you have to make the, you have to kind of calculate it when you launch them, because right there, look how high cable is, right? You look how high cable is, and you can also adjust Dr. Doom's string to start with jab or start with short, but that's kind of advanced for now. So let's start with this. Let's say cable is incoming and you get a launch, right? And it's not like a deep launch. It's like you hit him with the tip. This is when you have to adjust. So the Worldmatchue method will still work there, right? Right? But it's not optimal. See, you see some lasers miss, right? So this is where the Andy Doom method comes in. Now you see Andy Doom videos, you know that he does this a lot, even when it's just off the ground. What Andy Doom does to connect all the supers is he'll do off of like because he catches a lot of people with like a dash under launch. Oh crap. He'll do a quick dash up, forward, or back, and then super like this. Like that. It's a very short dash. It's not like a long dash, it's a very quick dash. See, like that. It's a quick dash up. Now what that does is it positions them like that. It positions them so that all the lasers hit. See, like that. If you launch them at the apex of their jump, then you should just do light kicking. You can dash up super or whiff gun to super. Okay, so at the apex of their jump, like that. Good tip from World right there. So World is the one that he told me about the whiff gun. So if he's telling you something about Doom, I would listen. You don't have to do the full string, but my habit is to do the full string as much as I can because I want that meter, right? But yeah, no, World is right. If you want, like, even off the ground, let's say they're not jumping. If you want to, like, if you have meter to spare and you want to make sure the super hits, you can just do this. Launch, kick, kick, super. That still works. It's just not optimal for building meter, but it works. So the Andy Doom method off the ground is just to do that. Sometimes in the corner, if you land a jank hit, you will have to dash back. You'll have to dash up or up or back. Like this. Like that. So as a Doom player, if you're new to the game, you kind of have to, it all comes with experience, right? You have to kind of adjust where Doom is in relation to the opponent. So you could either whiff the gun into super, you could dash up into super, you can do short super, you can whiff the gun into super. Those are all ways that you have to rely on to connect the super. So there are pros and cons to each method, right? The thing I like the most about the Worldmatchue method is if you save your dash. You save your dash. So why is that important? It's because, so for those of you who don't know, Doom super, if you don't get a late OTG laser, the Doom players know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get a late OTG laser and it hits them away and they bounce and then they roll and you do not get the follow up. However, if you hit them like optimally, they cannot roll. Unlike Storm's lightning attack super, they can't roll after that. So what that means is that if you don't burn your dash, you get a free mix-up on the way down. There's exponentially things, a lot of things you can do there. If you watch Clockwork versus Dark Prince, he did this. All right, it didn't connect. Hold on. He did. He whiffed the jab and he went low. Now you can time it so he wasn't crouching, but he whiffed the jab, then he went low, and because it's a free mix that you can't roll out of, right? I can put the safe fall on, and they still can't roll. So you can do this. So here, Clockwork did this. And you all seen that in game 4 of that Dark Prince match, right? So the reason why this shit is really important, I can't emphasize how important this is because if your Duma is on point, you're probably losing. If you're losing, you need to make some shit happen. And this all goes to say that you need to maximize what you get from a hit with Doom because hits with Doom are not easy to come by, right? Like a lot of people, like Justin the other day on the commentary was saying like, oh, Doom needs like his win con is a cross-up launcher or like 3 cross-up launchers that hit. And while it can be true, he has other tools which we'll talk about later. But if you land this Doom super, whether it's in the air, whether it's air to air, whether it's off the ground, you have to capitalize. So right here, this is your usual. So from here, you can whiff the jab, go low. It's kind of hard to see. You can do the super, and then as you fall, do a short that hits them, or whiff a short instead. You might have to dash in for that. I don't really use that one that much. I've seen other people do it though. And then the classic is to do this fall, and then at the very end, you dash to the other side and then super. Now the reason why that works so well is because when you're that close with Dr. Doom, the super is instant. They have to block before the super flash. Now I'm not talking about up here. Up here it doesn't matter. But if Doom is that close, they have to block the super before the flash. So if Cable isn't blocking the other way there, like this, he gets hit. So like a lot of times in match, you see Doom players just like run up to you and then dash over and super. It's really good, but it's risky because if you don't have a DHC, Doom gets cooked after that because he's low to the ground, no meter, etc. Right? He could die for doing that. But sometimes, you know, you have to risk it. Now if you have Strider next or whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. So that's why you'll see Doom players on the way down. Oh my gosh. On the way down from the super. You'll see them fall, dash at the last minute, and then super you. Right in the face. It hurts a lot. And it can bring Doom, it could bring you back in the game, basically. Now a good time to do that also, let's say you have Doom Sentinel and your Sentinel is bleeding. You do not want to DHC to him. You can just do a mix afterwards, and if that hits, you know, you don't have to DHC Sentinel to kill. So the dash over super, save your dash. See, so that was a late OTG laser. Sometimes if you don't hit it optimally, you get the late laser, which sends them rolling away, right? Which is what you don't want. So aside from the dash over and super and the whiff, jab, and go low, you can just do basic stuff. You can fall like this. And then triangle jump. So instead of going high then low, you just land and then think you're gonna go low, then you triangle jump. The triangle jump is not that fast, but you'll be surprised how many people you catch with the triangle jump. Once you do the triangle, so you can do the triangle jump like this, you whiff a jab and then triangle jump. You can whiff a jab and then triangle jump to the other side. You can do like this, like once you get crafty, you can do that. Very tricky to block. And when triangle jumping with Doom, for those new Doom players, you do not want to super jump triangle jump. You don't want to super jump because they can react to the splash, right? Just treat it like Iron Man. Normal jump. Is that match happening? JFresh versus Joey Ball? So also too, so we covered whiff jab go low, whiff jab tri jump, whiff jab tri jump to the other side. You can also, if they're like really passive and waiting, you can throw them like that. You can throw them. There's a lot of things you can do under that. Just mess around and mix it up. So the Andy Do method is, so let's talk about it a little bit more. Andy Do method. The reason why Andy does it is max damage. If you land them off a hit like this, janky angle, right? I'll just do normal super. See, it hits jank. It hits jank. You don't want that. If you dash up in super, it hits way more lasers. All right, so we talked about landing a hit on the ground, landing a hit when you're on the ground and they're in the air, and you had to dash up or do the Worldmatchue method, or do just, you can do that. You can combine them too. You can do like light kick me, you can dash up then super, you know. It all comes with experience. Also too, so you can, if you land a super in the air, you can also unblockable them. You could basically, all of Doom's best tools, right, are available after that super. save your dash. Oh, Illan has a method too. So Illan, when I played him, he did some mix where he does super, then he falls, and he does a late air dash to the other side. Shout outs to Illan for showing me that. He does boom and then fall. And it's a late delayed light kick, medium kick, air dash. He'll do like, I can't do it because it's kind of hard, but you have to be lower. Something like that. Now an issue though. So you run into some issues. Some people will like to do this, right? Once you prove them that you can mix them after every super, what they will do is they will start to hold up, right? So let's say they're holding up. This cable likes holding up. If I go for the usual whatever, he's holding up, right? So the way to get around this, you fall. It's kind of hard. Hold on. You meted them with a down jab. So for demonstration's sake, I'll just have him. I'll hit him on the ground. Right, you fall with them, and cable's holding up, right? Wow, it's really hard on dispersion. Maybe cable has no legs, so it's hard. I'll try and Cyclops. Wow, that's way harder than I thought. There you go. So if they're holding up on wake up, Doom can just punish that if you know, like if you know them. But the thing is, you have to land the super optimally, which I can't even do right now. Which ties into the importance of landing the super optimally. See, that's not optimal. All right. So if they like to hold up, down jab. Down jab will win. So let's talk about air to air, right? So air to air lands. So we talked about air to ground. If Doom is on the ground, they're in the air, or if you're both on the ground. So if air to air, connecting Doom supers. Does this bot not super jump? Dang, it really doesn't super jump. Stupid bot. Do I have to? Oh, I gotta make it jump. All right, the bot is super jumping right now. With Doom, you'll land once they start to fear the left-right mix-up as you come down, right? Once they start to fear the left-right mix-ups as you come down. Like, you know, every Doom in the world does this. Super jump. Every like, once they start to fear that, they'll start to like anticipate what you're gonna do. That's when you jump to either side of them and do an air combo. So if it's air to air, what works for me, like off of like random hits, is this. 2 hits, dash up or up back, and then super them. Like that. Because you got a lot of hit stun on the, like that. It works really good. You got a lot of hit stun on that jump medium. And also because like you can do short too, but I like doing the medium because they turn blue. So you can confirm, like so, that you hit him. And then you have forever to dash up and super them. When I watch X-Prom play, I see him do a lot of like random hits in the air, but then the super that hits is like it's like this or something like that, you know? So when I see that, when the top level Doom players see that, it's kind of like, oh, I could have got so much for that. You know what I mean? It's kind of a wasted bar. Sometimes, like if you hit the super unoptimally, you could do more damage if they block the super. Now, that's what you don't want. You don't want to be like landing on, okay, see, I can't even Let's see, what does X-Prom do? X-Prom will do like a, I see him play a lot. Basically, only the top row or the bottom row of lasers will hit. So that's a good string to do, in my opinion. Now, if you know it's going to hit, you can do like 3 hits, as long as you implement that medium punch. In my opinion, the medium punch is really good. See, like they turn blue. If you do medium kick, they don't turn blue. So watch this. See, you have forever. Once they turn blue, it's like cables nades. They're blue, super. Right, they're jumping. Super. So that's landing Doom's supers optimally. It takes a lot of work. Like if you watch like the top Dooms like World or Andy play this character, they will optimal super you every time. Every time they touch you with Doom, they're getting the optimal super. So you can do 3 hits, you can do 2 hits, you can do 4 hits. Just personally, I like 2. Works best for me, see? Sentinel's a little weird because he's big. You would think because he's big, it makes it kind of easier, but your hits on Sentinel are really awkward, right? When you hit Sentinel in the air, it's super awkward because the physics of Sentinel's body, like, you really have to dash up. The reason I like that string, because let's say I didn't do the... We'll see if I just did a magic series, whatever. You have to correct a lot against Sentinel, even though he's fat, but I like this one. You just do. Boom. Look at all that damage. Look at all those lasers. So just practice that. If you're a Doom player trying to beat Sentinel, you can do the Worldmatchue method too. I'm not telling you like, so I give you all the building blocks, right? So you can do the world method too. You can do like this. You can whiff the gun and do it too. Whatever works for you, whatever feels natural. Like the cool part is like when I watch Doom players play, you could give me a tape of a Doom player and I would know who it is based on how to connect that super. Like I would know who it is based on the method they use to connect most of their supers. Like Andy Doom will always do this. He'll always dash. He's the one Doom that does that. World most of the time will do that. If it's me, I will just do that. Yeah. Now everyone loves it when Dooms drop that combo, because it's not really that easy of a combo. There's a lot of positioning that goes into it, right? But it does matter to hit that optimally. All right. Now the next thing, let's see. So we talked about connecting supers optimally. X-Prom. What's the next thing as a Doom player? I'm using X-Prom as an example of new Doom players. What's the next thing that you have issues with? I have an idea of what I want to talk about next. I just want to get feedback first. Meterless options, like off. So unfortunately, Doom kind of needs meter to do damage, but there's some things you can do with Doom. So what I like to do personally, it's not like super airtight or anything, but if you land a hit with Dr. Doom, you land a launch, you have meter, right? Let's say I don't have any meter. I can't super them. You can still pressure them from that, right? You can still pressure them from his air string. So the way you get extended pressure with Doom with no meter, you do launch, magic series, dash forward or up forward, and then photon shot. Right? So no matter what, they have to take the photon shot, right? So they can either take the hit of the photon shot or they can block the photon shot. So at the time you're throwing the photon shot is not just so that they like, it's not just, don't just do it just to do it. The whole point of the photon shot is for you to evaluate what they're doing. You throw it, you kind of watch them, because that time you can watch to see what they're doing. Some people just take the hit. Other people will block. So let's say they block. Let's say you have an opponent who blocks. Just do random. Oh my god. And they push block. So you kind of have like a second or so to evaluate what they're doing. So after the photon shot, you can dash in to relayer them. Like that. Or you can start your photon shot trap again, but you have all day. I like this string a lot. You have all day because they have to block that photon shot. As long as you time it right. If you do it too early, they can air dash out. So the whole point is to trap them up in that photon shot. If it's Sentinel, so I learned this from World 2. If you're fighting against Sentinel, he's tall, right? Sentinel's a big guy. So you can actually get even more extended pressure against Sentinel by doing something like this. Because he's so tall, he blocks the photon shot sooner. So you can fall and then pressure him. Now if they take the hit from the photon shot, whatever, like it doesn't really matter, because the photon shot, when it hits, it causes like a weird state where they're not knocked down, but they do get unfly. So Sentinel will probably take it, but other people might block. But remember, at any time, you can cancel any photon shot into super. X-Prom, I never see you do this. You can cancel it at any time into the super. So let's say you're just doing photon shot, and they catch on. You can cancel it into the super. So that's one meterless option. Yeah, so even if you're up here at any time. Yeah. So meterless option. Another meterless option, which I don't really use, is to throw them. You can throw them. They can roll, though. That's why I don't really do it. You can throw them, and now if they don't roll, if by some miracle they don't roll, let's say it's Cyclops. Oh my gosh. You can mix them on the way down, but most people will roll. That's a kick throw. So the kick throw is his good throw. Common Andy Doom setup is to use a kick throw, and then he'll mix you after. You know, you see Andy do it all the time. Like he'll dash under and launch you, or he'll kick throw you, and then he'll like jump up to where you're on the super you. So the kick throw is really good in the air and on the ground. So meterless, you can, on the topic of meterless, you can use his kick throw, and just like so. Doom. What was I gonna say? Doom. So, interesting thing with Doom. Doom has no quarter circle forward kick move, so you can actually throw with that input, right? So you can do like. See, you can watch my inputs. You can quarter circle forward kick, and he'll throw them basically. So. You can set up like tick throws, like classic Street Fighter stuff, and what you get from that throw, you can throw into assists if you don't have meter. Like this works. You can do like, so X-Prom has Strider Vajra, right? So you can do like this, Oh, I have the bird. Hold on. I just changed the stage. So X-Prom has Vajra. So you have Doom. Doom is usually paired with Sentinel. Why is that on here? Yeah, I've been using the bird. Let's just pick X-Prom's favorite team. Yeah, the bird is good, dude. So meterless stuff. So we're talking. So we talked about the photon string. We talked about this string right here. So if you throw them, you can like X-Prom can do this. And you can follow up. Just call stride a little early, then throw them. You can throw them into assist. You can throw them into drones too. If you don't have meter and you set something up, that works. But you, drones, throws are good. Most of the time you'll just be doing like, you'll be landing throws by doing the dash, the Andy Doom string. So the Andy Doom string is basically this, right? If you guys watch Roundhouse stream even once, you'll notice him doing it. So let's turn push block off and block on. So the Andy Doom string is the following. So classically, Dooms always dashed and did this string. You see every Doom, low tier Dooms, high tier Dooms, they usually do that. But there's nothing wrong with that, right? Dash, short launch. But the Andy Doom string, he does dash, stand jab, or crouch jab, and then down short, and then he'll either launch or he won't. But Andy Doom does a lot of pokes with a dash, stand jab. The reason why he does that is because it sets up 3 options for Doom, right? You can do the dash. So a lot of people up back, like when you're doing this, they'll up back, and the dash jab stops them from up backing. So dash jab, low short, and if they're up backing, that string clips their legs, right? Because they're holding up or up back, the dash stand jab pins them from holding up, and then the down short clips their legs. So it's not better or worse than this other string. It's just, you know, another option for Doom. And the dash jab has a lot of range. Look at this jab. I believe it's like four frames, I think. So it's not great, but it's not bad. So you see in a lot of Andy Doom matches, he's doing this a lot, right? That's Doom's, like a top Doom ground string. So from that ground string, you can branch out into a hit confirm into the launcher. You can tick throw them, or you can unblockable. Or you can do dash, or you can just dash the jab and then start your usual stuff, right? So, or you can string him up. This string is really good. It looks kind of weird, but to block it, you can plasma beam plus your assist. I think you can use Strider Vajra. I wouldn't recommend it though. Yeah, so you can set up his throw. You can disguise Doom's offense by mixing up dash jab and throw, dash jab then unblockable sweep, dash jab, and then you can like try jump them. You just do the usual launcher string, just change it up. So if you don't have meter, your goal with Doom is to get, it's just like Storm. When you have Doom on point, your goal is to get 2 levels. The reason why you want 2 levels is you want that DHC. So if you don't have the 2 levels yet with Doom, I wouldn't even fight them, because if you do land a hit, you don't get anything for it unless you can infinite them, right? Infinite is a whole other thing, but the whole point is treat Doom like a weird combination of Storm and Cable, and I think that you'll be fine. Treat him like a fatter, slower Storm. And what really separates like average Dooms from good Dooms is that all the good Dooms will play him like kind of floaty. You know, when you're playing Storm and she's floating, Doom can't float like Storm, but what he can do is not be like Blackheart. So there's a phenomenon that I've realized from playing online Blackheart. It's called elevator Blackheart. All they do is just go up, throw demons, and they fall. You just go up and then down. So when you're a beginner Doom, you will have the tendency to do this. You just go up, you just go up and down. That's it, right? So once opponents catch on, they're gonna wave dash under you and then fly combo you. So elevator Doom, this will work against low tiers or like people who don't really know what they're doing. Just don't get used to it. Elevator Doom, just up and down. That's all you do. It's like on a track, right? So the way to break Elevator Doom is to act like Storm, right? So you know when you, I'll just pick Storm. I'll pick Storm. So you can see that there are more similarities than you think. I'm gonna pick Viscount's old school team. Don't do elevator Doom. So let's say you have Storm Point, right? When you're a Storm player, the reason why Storm is so good is her mobility, right? She can control the screen. She does a lot of this dashes just to build meter. So Doom has an air dash too. It's not as good. I'm not saying it's that great, but if you're Doom and you find yourself in the elevator mode like this, remember you can dash too. So you can dash and you get. So it kind of breaks, it makes him float, right? Because you know Storm, she's not just going up and down like this. Storm is going up and down, she's going forward, she's going back, she's going up and then up again. Doom, just try to have that mentality, right? Up and back, up and forward, up and then up, you know? There's a lot of ways you can move with Doom where it's not the elevator. So if you kind of like get off that track where you just go up and down, like the good Doom players will like, they'll go up and down and they'll go forward to like kind of like, because they know they know that when you go up, that when they go up, you're gonna dash under to punish them. So they'll fall and then meet you with like a string to launch you or to just catch you trying to dash in on them, right? Doom is not, his dash kind of sucks and his movement kind of sucks, but he does have space control. Because when Storm is doing all this stuff, she has like the lightning ball, but she's not like actively controlling the space below her, right? With Doom, you can actively control the space like this, right? So combine his space control tools. Photon shots obviously good. This is obviously good. Just don't do it too much. What I like to do is do one at a time. Same with the photon shots. Just do one and see what happens. Don't fall into the pattern of being like an elevator Doom. So yeah, remember Doom. You can air dash in every direction. So if you can air dash in every direction, I really wonder why Dooms are just like tend to go up, right? Because going up is good. I know Doom is good when you're like above them, but you can remember you can also go up forward too, right? You can super jump, air dash up forward, then photon shot, air dash back, up back. Air dashing back is actually really good like this, because he kind of hovers there for a little bit, right? And when it comes to like his meter building, you can do the same thing that Storm does. You know, this stuff right here. You can do the T-move version of it. It's slow. You can do it with shorts. You can do it with jab and short. You can go forward. You can cancel his dash like Iron Man players do. You can like that. You can stop his dash momentum by doing a jab. So if you combine all that stuff, it makes Doom kind of tricky to deal with instead of just going up and down. So we got the ground string, the Devil X super jump air dash up, yellow. Oh yeah, the Devil X. That's true. So Devil X, the Devil X special. If you're Doom and time is running out, this is a good point. If you have Doom and time is running out against Cable Rocket Punch, you don't even have to fight him. Just go up here, back. Like what's good? I like to dash back to the corner. I know it seems counterintuitive, but you dash Doom's ass into the corner. You super jump up. and just do this forever. You can get like 4 or 5 of them. Look how, and cable can't reach at the top. Yes, I'm playing on a mouse stick right now, right here. Cable can't reach you if you're at the top like that. So I noticed a lot of beginner Doom players will try to run away by doing this. He falls a lot faster. Like you get 2, so you get 1 out of range of cable, and by the time you do the second one, he can shoot you, right? But with the beam, he's up there. Look, he's hovering. You can get like 4 of them or 5 of them. If Sentinel tries to fly near you without command, you can super him. He can't fly over you. Yeah, that's true. He can't fly over you because you're at the top of the screen, so you can just super like that. Devless, another pro Doom player. So I just noticed Doom is becoming really popular, and a lot of people are like posting on Discord or playing him and not really knowing what to do with him. So these are some pro tips. If you want to be, so the next video I'll probably cover the more advanced stuff like the infinite. I know a lot of people ask me about the infinite. They ask about the Sweet Rock Super, and they ask about the Super Jump Cancel, the Roundhouse, which is kind of all pretty advanced. So yeah, there you go. Doom's a great character. He has good matchups against a god tier. It's just he just eats hailstorms and he's kind of slow. But he has tools for every matchup. It's just on you to know how to optimally connect supers, what you can and can't do versus all the god tiers, and basically not realizing that you can't fall into patterns with Doom. So by knowing what you can and can't do, I mean this. I'll give one example for now. Let's say you have Doom, Sentinel, and Strider against Magneto. You're fighting MSB. Where's Psylocke go? So knowing what you can and can't do is basically knowing the matchup. So Magneto. So for instance, if you're doing this gun on like Psylocke or Cyclops, they can't dash full screen, and their dash is not fast. So you can pretty much abuse it. So you should. Or Commando, for instance. However, if you are fighting against Magneto, this record thing kind of clunky. So Magneto, if you're doing this, Magneto can launch and get you because he can dash full screen. This is really hard to program. But yeah, that's why against Magneto, you don't want to do repeated guns because he's going to dash and just launch your ass. It happens to me a lot too because I fall into patterns sometimes just doing gun. But see, like that, like it's really, you have to space it perfectly, otherwise he launches you because he's just that fast. Either that, or you just combine it with drones. Drones will keep it a little more safe from the dash and launch. But yeah, it's matchup stuff like that. You can't do the butter gun when cable is loaded because he's just gonna wait for it and then shoot you, for instance. Against Storm, it's fairly safe, but just watch out for hails. Against Sentinel, he can just fry pan you out of it. So like all the top tiers have sauce to stop Doom from doing what Doom likes doing. But see, that's up to you to change it up. A good tool to change it up to make them second guess is to empty jump. Because when Doom jumps, a lot of people think rightfully so he's going to gun, right? But if you just like empty jump, they expect the gun and you just don't do it. So that's one good thing to add to your arsenal is just empty jump or jumping short instead. Doom's jumping short checks dashes pretty well. It's kind of stubby, but see like that, it can check dashes. Whereas if you do this, you just get launched, right? So if they're close to you, try to use the jumping short like this. If you throw in a Sentinel drones, I honestly think Sentinel drones is best assist. because it covers his head to an extent, and it lets him like do his little gun trap like this, and also you get this stuff right here. You get this, which just kills a character. So. Oh, his Fierce is really good too. If someone's dash happy, you know how Storm's Fierce has a lightning too? Doom's Fierce is like, I'm telling you, Doom is like a bad version of Storm. This move is really good. It sends them flying away from you. You call drones with it too. It lets you establish space. See? Boom. You don't get anything for it though, but it gets them away. His jab is good too for the reasons we mentioned above. It's good for poking. It's good for setting up tick throws. It doesn't hit low. The short hits low, but the jab does not hit low. Unblockable sweep is a whole different topic that we'll go over later. Another good button to check dashers is this. The down forward hard kick. It's pretty quick. And if you dash forward and catch them with it, it's really fast. You like once you break the pattern of this and you go forward, it'll always trip them out because they're used to you just jumping back all the time. Like you mix up your gun with a dash forward. Yeah, Doom is good. Doom, he's not God tier, but he's right below.